The French Foreign Legion, known in French as La Légion étrangère, stands as one of the most storied and romanticized military forces in the world, famous for its iron discipline, mystique, and the ideal of redemption through service. It was founded on March 10, 1831, by King Louis-Philippe, at a time when France was expanding its colonial empire and seeking to channel the large number of foreign adventurers, exiles, and political refugees then living in its territory into a disciplined and useful force. The decree establishing the Legion stated that it was to be composed exclusively of foreign volunteers and to serve outside mainland France, which made it a perfect instrument for France's colonial ambitions. The Legion's first mission was in Algeria, where it played a central role in the brutal conquest and pacification of the territory. Algeria would remain the symbolic and spiritual home of the Legion for over a century, and the harsh deserts of North Africa would shape its character, traditions, and reputation for endurance. Life in the Legion was notoriously harsh and demanding. Recruits came from every imaginable background: impoverished peasants, aristocrats fleeing scandal, political exiles, criminals escaping justice, and idealists seeking adventure or a new beginning. Many arrived under false names, for the Legion allowed enlistees to assume new identities, erasing their past and giving them a chance at redemption. Training was severe and uncompromising, designed to break down individuality and forge the men into a single, cohesive brotherhood. The Legion's famous motto, Legio Patria Nostra, or "The Legion is our Fatherland," captures this spirit of unity and rebirth, expressing the idea that service to the Legion replaced all other loyalties. Throughout the 19th century, the Legion became an indispensable instrument of French expansion. It fought in Algeria, Morocco, Madagascar, Indochina, and the Crimea, and even took part in the ill-fated French intervention in Mexico in the 1860s. It was during this campaign that the Legion achieved one of its most legendary feats at the Battle of Camerone on April 30, 1863. A small detachment of 65 legionnaires, commanded by Captain Jean d'Anjou, resisted for almost an entire day against a Mexican force of over 2,000 soldiers. The legionnaires fought to the last bullet, refusing to surrender. When the few survivors were finally captured, they were treated with respect by the Mexicans for their extraordinary courage. The Battle of Camerone became the symbol of the Legion's code of honor: loyalty, courage, and sacrifice unto death. To this day, April 30th is celebrated as Camerone Day, the most sacred holiday of the Legion, commemorated with ceremonies in every Legion unit around the world. During the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the Legion continued to serve France's colonial interests across the globe, fighting in Tonkin, Madagascar, Sudan, and Morocco. By the outbreak of World War I in 1914, the Legion had already forged a reputation as one of the toughest fighting forces in the world. During the Great War, it recruited many foreigners sympathetic to France, including artists, intellectuals, and political exiles, such as the American poet Alan Seeger, who was killed in action. The Legion fought with great distinction on the Western Front, suffering heavy casualties in some of the war's fiercest battles, including Champagne, Artois, and Verdun. World War II brought deep divisions to the Legion, as France itself was split between the Vichy government and the Free French forces under Charles de Gaulle. Some Legion units fought under Vichy command in North Africa and Syria, while others joined the Free French, continuing the struggle alongside the Allies. After the war, the Legion was once again at the forefront to France's military engagements, this time in defense of its colonial possessions. In the First Indochina War, 1946 to 1954, the Legion bore the brunt of some of the most grueling fighting in the jungles of Vietnam and Laos. The catastrophic defeat at Dien Bien Phu in 1954, in which many legionnaires perished, marked the end of France's presence in Indochina, but also reinforced the Legion's reputation for indomitable bravery. No sooner had that war ended than another erupted, this time in Algeria, where the Legion faced a bitter and morally complex conflict against Algerian independence fighters. For the Legion, Algeria was more than a colony, it was home. Many legionnaires felt betrayed when France decided to grant Algeria independence in 1962, forcing the Legion to leave its historic headquarters in Sidi Bel Abbès and relocate to Aubagne, near Marseille. Despite this upheaval, the Legion endured, preserving its traditions, its code of honor, and its elite standards. In the decades that followed, the French Foreign Legion became a modern, professional component to the French army, often deployed in some of the world's most dangerous and unstable regions. It took part in numerous peacekeeping, counterinsurgency, and combat operations, from Chad and Djibouti to Lebanon, the Central African Republic, Zaire, the Gulf War in 1991, Bosnia and Kosovo in the 1990s, and Afghanistan in the 2000s, and more recently in Mali and across the Sahel as part of Operation Barkhane. Its soldiers continue to serve France with the same mixture of anonymity, discipline, and loyalty that defined their predecessors. Today, the Legion attracts recruits from over 140 nationalities, united by the promise of a new life and the demanding path of honor that the Legion offers. Legionnaires are bound by an unbreakable code that values duty, solidarity, and endurance above all else. They train under extreme conditions, live according to strict discipline, and are taught to serve France unquestioningly, even if they are not French by birth. The Legion's traditions, songs, parades, and rituals, all deeply rooted in its 19th century origins, maintain a spirit of continuity and identity. Despite modern reforms and the professionalization of armies worldwide, the French Foreign Legion remains unique, a brotherhood of men who come from nowhere, pledge allegiance to a new fatherland, and find meaning and dignity through hardship, loyalty, and courage. More than a military unit, it is a living symbol of rebirth through service and sacrifice, a testament to the enduring ideal that no matter one's past, valor and devotion can forge a new destiny.